Leo,
See?
how do I open this? You just turn this thing? No, there's a thing. Oh my God.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about tomatoes. So Michael and I went to the grocery store and we bought all these different tomatoes because Michael, my producer, had all these questions about tomatoes.
What's the difference between canned tomatoes and tomato paste?
Tomato paste is a tomato concentrate. And here in Italy, what's cool is they have different types of concentration. So double concentration, triple concentration. And the triple concentration obviously will have a deeper flavor than the double concentration. Don't know that we can find this in the US, but I think it's very cool.
When would I use a tomato paste?
These are used to give depth of flavor. You use them with meat, sauces that have like deep, rich flavors, heavy proteins. But I wouldn't use this like in your fresh tomato sauce. The other thing you'd use this in is the bolognese sauce too, because you want it deeper, richer. It's more of a meat sauce.
How long does tomato paste keep?
Obviously, this is a very big tube for someone that cooks a lot of stews and things. What happens is it goes bitter, so just make sure that you check it at about a year. And I store mine in the refrigerator. You can store it in your pantry though too. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. Don't just squeeze it in if it's been in your refrigerator for a year. Open it up, uncap it, pour it out a little bit just to make sure it's okay. You can taste it. If it tastes bad, don't use it.
What are the differences in canned tomatoes?
Let's look at consistencies. This is the regular crushed tomatoes, but you can see that there are bits of tomato in it. So essentially, if you took this tomato and you crushed it, it would turn into that. So essentially what they do is they blanch the tomato, they peel the tomato, and then they jar the tomato. Chili, you can use crushed tomato in. You can use crushed tomato for fresh tomato sauce. Obviously, you can make a marinara, you can make an arrabbiata sauce. It's good for sauces, it's good for soups. If you're making a bean soup and you want to add tomato to it, crushed tomato is a great choice. I always recommend a Muti crushed tomato. This is a little more strained. This brand is the same thing, but it's a polpo pronto, which means it's less chopped up. This is a crushed tomato. And again, that's a great thing to use for a sauce. If you're making a tomato sauce, a bolognese sauce. This is just a whole Roma tomato. This is not a tomato I would put in a salad. Chop it yourself into larger chunks if you wanted that in your tomato sauce. You could use it certainly on top of pizza. You could also use it in lasagna if you wanted to. So it's just an addition of a whole tomato. This is the closest thing to a stewed tomato. So when you see it in the grocery store, that's what this is. Okay, and then the final category is the fine tomato. It's almost liquidy. This would be a great base for a tomato soup. So this is a passata. So passata, they actually run it through a food mill. And there you can do a cooked passata or you can do a fresh passata. And passata means it's been passed through. It's the clue is in the name. It's been passed through a food mill. And what I do in the summertime is we have so many tomatoes that I make a tomato sauce and then I pass it through passata and I put it into the freezer in a freezer bag. I also do the fresh tomatoes, pass it through a food mill, gets also tossed into the freezer so that, if I'm here in February and I really want tomato sauce, I have all this sauce in the freezer. I always have tons of sauce in the freezer. You can also use this, if you like, on pizza. And you can buy the passata tomatoes. We actually just throw fresh garlic into it. And when we make pizza, we just pour this on the pizza and do the thing. And you just have this really beautiful, when you have a really fine tomato on a pizza, it almost like turns into this layer. It's really delicious, and that's what this is great for. So you can use it on a focaccia if you want. Okay, so that's our tomato lesson for today. Thank you for joining me. Happy tomato. I encourage you to grow your own tomatoes in a container and enjoy them all summer. Make passata fresh, make passata cooked, and buy canned tomatoes in the wintertime. Peace.
That made no sense.
Okay, so that's my lesson on grocery store tomatoes. I hope you learned a lot. And if you did, I hope you like and subscribe. Happy tomato!